Maria Bartholdi here at the video wall with Tom Martell. Thanks for joining me.
Of course, happy to be here.
And you're playing a deck that won the last Pro Tour.
Completely under the radar. I really spent a lot of time trying to brew something novel. Yeah, I submitted 58 out of 60 cards from Jerry's PT winning deck list. Looking to go back-to-back with different pilots, hopefully. Yeah, I think it's a great deck.
Why did you choose it for this tournament?
So I spent a lot of time testing Pantheon. We ended up going a lot of different directions. We thought that Mono Red was the best deck, but I didn't like some of its matchups that they're more popular decks, and I thought Zombies is a great Mono Red matchup.
Let's take a look here. You have 4 Crypt Breaker and 4 Dark Salvation, just all-star cards in this deck, right?
Absolutely. I mean, this is the engine that gets the deck going.
So Dark Salvation kills anything, Crypt Breaker draws you cards.
Exactly, it's a classic pairing. It's funny playing kind of a creature tribal aggro deck that has such a good card drawing engine and such a versatile removal spell.
All right, let's take a look at some more of your creatures here. You've got Liliana's Mastery, which makes you some zombies, Lord of the Accursed, which pumps everything up, and Metallic Mimic. Tell me about these inclusions.
Absolutely. So I think Mastery and the Lord of the Accursed are kind of automatic to me. I think you're starting to see the Omid Eternal take over some of the Lord slots, but I think that guy doesn't line up very well against the removal in the format. So I think you just want the Lord. Metallic Mimic, that's starting to disappear from some lists. I played it because Jerry played 4. I think if I was building the deck from scratch, I actually would have shaved 1 or 2, but I kind of liked the poetry of playing basically his exact deck list. So
I love deck building as poetry.
Yeah, you know, you gotta get creative sometimes.
So why did you choose to run the Mastery? Some people are subbing in the Scarab God in this slot.
So Scarab God is incredibly powerful. The problem is that the mana bases in actually allied color decks is pretty awkward. Like you don't have the fast lands, so you end up having to play the lands that come to play tapped, and that makes your mono red matchup a lot worse. So I thought, don't need the extra power. This card's perfectly fine.
All right, let's take a look at some more of your creatures in the deck here. We've got Diregraph Colossus, Dread Wanderer, and Relentless Dead, all 4-ofs.
Yeah, all 4-ofs. I mean, this is just sort of the curve of the deck, right? You really want to be fast in this format, so you want 4 more 1-drops. Diregraph Colossus, they don't kill it, and you start making tokens. You just overwhelm any deck playing fair that doesn't have sweepers. This is an incredibly powerful card. And Relentless Dead, you know, the menace is very nice, and it gets to come back. It's hard to kill.
All right, let's take a look at your removal suite here. Very simple, Fatal Push and 3 copies of Grasp of Darkness.
Yeah, so I think removal is at a premium right now. I think it's primarily going to be creature decks. I think the control decks aren't great. The ramp deck is a little awkward, so you want some ways to interact with their creatures.
I want to ask you a question. You're playing kind of a creature-based deck. Were you worried coming into this format there's so much removal running around?
So most of the removal is 1-for-1, and as we mentioned with those first 2 cards, I get to draw extra cards, and then I have Dark Salvation and Lily's Mastery to make multiple creatures. So 1-for-1 removal, not great against my deck.
All right, let's take a look at your land base here. This is the card that's new.
My one novelty, my one little
If Near Dead lands
here, which I think is kind of an obvious inclusion as a 1 or 2 of. I initially had 0 because I was afraid of the life loss against mono red, but I think the versatility out of the land makes the first 1 or first 2, I think, a really good price to pay.
And what does Westvale Abbey do for you?
So many decks that don't have sweepers, even if they can stall off the ground, you eventually just make a 9/7 flying lifelinker and you just kill them in the air.
So you're up 1 in a match with this deck.
I am so far. I'm 1-0. I defeated my teammate Brock Parker, who's on our mono red deck, so it kind of went as I had hoped. So far, so good.
Why do you think this deck is so well positioned right now?
So I think against the top few decks, I think it's going to be like Black-Green Energy, Teamer Energy, Mono Red. I think this is a good matchup with all 3 of those. I think the Godpharaoh's Gift combo deck, which could be being played, pushed out the sweeper decks, so it made it a really great environment for this.
What are your hopes for this tournament?
Win the tournament.
All right, we'll see if you can do it. Tom Martell, thanks so much. This has been a Deck Tech here at the Feature Wall.